Hey there, today is July 2nd, 2022. It's 4th of July weekend, and we are here at NASA's Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. This has been a hub of spaceflight here in the United States since the 1960s. So much spaceflight history and the future of spaceflight has happened and is happening here from this launch complex. We're gonna show you as much as we can of the visitor center. We're also going to take the bus tour. I just can't think of a better way to celebrate the 4th of July weekend than here at America's Space Launch Complex. We're also extra excited to be here to celebrate Kennedy Space Center's Diamond 60th anniversary. So if you're ready to explore Kennedy Space Center in 2022, then we're go for launch. It's T-5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
There is so much to do here at Kennedy Space Center, and they have different packages that you can purchase, add-ons. I'm so excited. Love this big countdown clock, and look how cool the self-service tickets are. Of course, it's tradition when you come here to get a photo in front of the NASA meatball, as they call it, this globe-looking, planet-looking thing. And then they have the tribute here to John F. Kennedy. Of course, it's called the Kennedy Space Center. Right as you enter and you see the word explore and you see the rocket garden, it's so awe-inspiring and it just gets you ready. Right in the front before you enter, there's also this information booth and a little shop in case you need anything before you start exploring. Of course, the first thing you see is the rocket garden.
The rocket garden is iconic. It's been here for decades and you've got to take a stroll through it.
Claustrophobic in there. Let me take you in and show you inside. The controls, the tiniest space in the world. Of course, the centerpiece here is the Saturn rocket. This is the last remaining intact and flight configured Saturn 1B left in existence. It's tough to give you a scope of how massive these rockets are, and also of the feeling that you get when you're walking amongst them, knowing that you're walking in like the history of spaceflight. It's amazing. This gateway building is brand new. It actually just opened a few weeks ago. So let's check it out. Connect to the cosmos. Whoa, super cool entrance. Wow. Always exploring. Look what we get to walk over. This is cool. We're walking on different planets. Sometimes it's Earth. Right now it's the moon, I think. That's neat. Wow, this is all brand new and this is amazing.
Hanging from the ceiling is a SpaceX Falcon 9 booster. This is booster B1023. It launched its first mission in 2016, and then it was converted to a side booster for the Falcon Heavy demo in 2018. You may remember that one as launching a Tesla into space.
A rocket engine by Aerojet Rocketdyne. There's a new cafe in here too. Life Habitat, the large integrated flexible environment habitat. It launches on a conventional rocket and expands the size of a 3-story building in orbit. Wow. And look, you can see back there, they're growing like lettuce and plants. Very cool. I got to see a facility where they do that once and it was amazing. So these are meant to support long duration human habitation in space. Wow. Developed and tested to meet NASA micrometeoroid impact requirements. Oh my gosh. Low Earth orbit, deep space transport, and surface habitation on the moon and Mars. Boeing Starliner. People are in line to play with this. This SpaceX Cargo Dragon was the first commercial spacecraft to deliver cargo to and from the International Space Station. So there's a sign here that says Official Flight Flown Artifact. When you can see the markings from space travel, look at this, even some damage. Wow. Amazing. This new area is meant to highlight what's going on in spaceflight today, like up to the current moment, showing like cutting edge technology, new things that are being implemented, and things that were recently used in different types of spaceflight. Like we saw the cargo container, we saw the thing where humans could live in space for long periods of time. This is fascinating, and it's also beautifully presented. And like this Lockheed Martin deep space habitat. This is a full-scale mock-up of a habitat orbiting around the moon to show you how people could live floor to ceiling. Let's check it out. The ultimate road trip, right? Except instead of the road, it's the sky. Got some like instruments in here. Oh, beds. Wow. Shooting Star. The Sierra Space Shooting Star enables transportation of critical science, food, and cargo to the ISS. Crew access this module via the aft hatch. Okay, so it has a cabin environment for astronauts to work and a location for cargo to be removed. Let's check it out. Come on, Sam. Sierra Space. Whoa. Astronauts have to really be okay with like tight, confined spaces, right? Space Launch System, 1/25th scale. Wow. The SLS rocket and Orion capsule at Launch Pad 39B. Photo taken April 2022. The full-scale model above is Sierra Space's Dream Chaser. Space plane. Wow. So small compared to the shuttles. At 30 feet in length, Dream Chaser is a quarter of the size of a space shuttle. Wow. All right, let's keep exploring because there's a lot we want to see today. And there's a lot to see and do here. Let's pop inside the Nature and Technology building. I always really like it in here.
The Nature and Technology Center is like this big living diorama that talks about Merritt Island and the Florida landscape that Kennedy Space Center calls home.
Every time I see this, I marvel at how Americans in the 1800s dressed in this heat, but they wore natural fibers and clothes that were very different from our modern clothes. Here's a mural of the International Space Station along with flags from different countries who have taken part in this important mission. It's a beautiful mural. We're now moving into another part of the complex here. Oh, it sounds like some of the anniversary parties going on over here. Wow!
I know some gateway pins here, some gateway pins, if you guys see them.
This is such a cool plaza here with the spinning Orion spacecraft there. They've got games, they've got music, a DJ, and this is the world's largest NASA space shop. Well, since we're here, let's take a look inside the shop. Loungefly has taken over everywhere, and they have exclusive Kennedy Space Center Loungefly bags. Another fun thing they've got going on right now is this Artemis scavenger hunt. And here's your mission manual. So you go around and you find videos at the Artemis stations throughout the visitor complex. You answer some questions found in your mission manual. You put a sticker on the mission, and then you can take it to the information building or space shop to get a reward. Cool, we'll see how many of these we can do today. This is like a fun extra thing you can do here. Why are spacesuits so important? I think we know that. This activity is running from July 1st through August 7th. So if you're visiting during that time, make sure you pick one of these up at any like info center. When you finish the scavenger hunt, this is the pin that you get. That is so cool. It's beautiful. I feel like a new hat is in order. I lost my previous NASA hat, so I feel like I need another one. There are so many cute ones. This one's really cute, but I feel like it's a little over the top for me, but it's so cute. I feel like I might get like a simple one. Here on the other side, they've got some of the more simple designs. I really like the patch and that very iconic NASA font. Kind of reminds me of the Epcot font. There is so much cool merchandise in here. So much, 2 floors of it. And here's the 60th anniversary merchandise. Definitely gonna pick up a couple of shirts. Failure is not an option. Astro mitts. That is so cute. All right, we did a little damage, did a little shopping, couldn't resist because we were in here. Also, you can purchase a lot of this at thespaceshop.com. So if you're not here, not able to get this, and you saw some things you liked, or you want to just check out what they have, that's where you can do it. Oh, they also have collectible pennies. Let's keep exploring. We're getting hungry too. We gotta eat at some point. We're gonna try to do a bus tour today too. One of the most iconic attractions here, the Space Shuttle Atlantis. It gets me every time. It gets me really emotional. Let's check it out. Being in front of this, it's so massive, but this is nothing because we're gonna see Atlantis. You just walked under the power behind a groundbreaking space transportation system, the full-size orange external tank and the white solid rocket boosters propelled the space shuttle into orbit. The sky calls to us. To all of the individuals whose years of dedicated service turned the dream of the space shuttle program into a reality. Dedicated June 2013. The adventure has only begun. We have dreamed big, ventured on wild seas, lost sight of the land a few times, and found stars to guide us on our journey. We expanded our horizons and learned lessons. Welcome to Space Shuttle Atlantis. You will begin your exploration of America's 30-year space shuttle program with a two-part, 12-minute show about the development of the first reusable spacecraft. Right, so first we're gonna watch a movie where they ask for no video recording, and then after we're gonna go see the shuttle, so I'll show you that part. What on earth? So I guess we don't have to watch the film. We went in through like an emergency exit, so I'm not sure if this was different because of something going on today. Like this is the normal theater where you would see it, and there's usually, see this is it, and this would like rise up and you would come out dramatically to see Atlantis. Yeah, maybe it's like down or something. So we talked to some staff and they told us that something's wrong with the door to the theater, but normally you go in, you watch a film, and the door opens with this dramatic music, and it's so powerful to walk in and see Atlantis. And it still is, it's incredible to see this, but definitely the door opening after the movie makes it more dramatic. Not that I could have shown you that anyway, because they do ask for no filming during that little movie, and it looked like they were showing like either a shorter version or a different version over there. But I'm going to show you around and we'll talk about some fun facts about Atlantis. Atlantis is the 4th operational and the 2nd to last space shuttle built as part of the space shuttle program.
The shuttle has sent probes to Venus and Jupiter and carried NASA's Destiny laboratory to the International Space Station, and was the final shuttle servicing mission STS-125 for NASA's Hubble Space Telescope.
Its last mission was in 2011.
Which was the last launch of the space shuttle program.
Atlantis has orbited the Earth 4,848 times. There's also an arm here for space missions. There's a little free tour also.
It's a real thing, okay? It's been in space 33 times. I call it an orbiter because that's what we call it. It's a NASA vehicle. It's called an orbiter because it used to orbit the Earth. The word shuttle comes when you take an orbiter like this and you hook it up with the fuel tanks outside. Remember the big orange tank out there and the white tubes? Okay, fuel tanks. So you take the fuel tanks, you take the orbiter, put them together, and you get a shuttle. It is a collective name, really. Okay? So the orbiter with the tanks becomes a shuttle. You're on the pad and you're ready to go.
This entire room houses the space shuttle Atlantis. Here's the bottom, and you can see that there are like damaged tiles from actual space flight and like the char marks. It's just amazing. It's something you have to see for yourself. And then down on the first floor, there's a ton of fun stuff to do also. From down here on the first floor, once you're in, there is so much to do and play with, and you can see Atlantis from down there too. Land like the shuttle. The slide is us as the shuttle re-entering the atmosphere, so we have to do it. Here we go. We're going 416 miles per hour. All right, shoes off, here we go. Woo! There's so many different attractions in here. It's so cool. There's a NASA Airstream. Okay, so exit through the gift shop because we got to do the bus tour. I remember I climbed through this last time. Looks like it's occupied this time though. Ooh, I like that, like, sweatsuit. Oh look, you can take a pic in this one. Ooh, now that's cool. Look at this bomber jacket. That is so cool. It was sprinkling a little bit today, but then it cleared up. Wow, it's just so awesome. Party zone. So included in your admission to Kennedy Space Center is a bus ride out to the Apollo Saturn V Center, so we're gonna do that. Sadly, it looks like the Starbucks here is closed. The journey starts here. Kennedy Space Center is on Merritt Island, and it's right over there is Cape Canaveral Air Force Station. It's all kind of in the same area, and there's a wildlife refuge here too. Ooh, looks like we're getting right on a bus. Thank you. Thank you so much. Here we go, woohoo!
15 minutes to get out there through the gated area of Kennedy Space Center. Once at the Apollo Saturn V, you'll learn about the Apollo program. That is the one that put all 12 men on the surface of the moon. It's a nice facility. It's big. You could spend a while there. It seems like the average is a bit over an hour.
In October of 1958, NASA formally organized Project Mercury with the mission to investigate man's reaction to this new environment and safely recover the capsule and its pilot on a Mercury Redstone rocket, becoming the first American in space.
A sign said we're entering restricted area. This is a working spaceport, and we're coming up on the Vehicle Assembly Building, the VAB. The Vehicle Assembly Building has the largest doors in the world. The flag is the size of a 21-story building. Each star is 6 feet across. 3.5 Empire State Buildings fit inside the Vehicle Assembly Building.
With 50 years and some 3,000 kilometers or 2,000 miles on the clock, NASA expects the crawlers to be in operation for at least another 3 decades. NASA had everything.
Simply exit through the Right Stuff gift shop to board a bus back to the visitor complex.
And if you look straight out the windshield, you can see one of our historic launch pads. Across the water is 39A. It's that black tower over there. That's where all 12 men that walked on the moon. That's where they launched, right there. We launched quite a few shuttles there as well. Today it's leased by SpaceX. They stay really busy over there. Artemis 1, which is the SLS and Orion, will be launching this year, it looks like. The beginning of that window looks like at the end of August. So we'll pick you up, take you back. From here, it's about 15 minutes as well. Thank you, everyone. My name is Chris. It's been my pleasure. Hope you have a wonderful visit with us today.
Thank you, Chris. I like how this seat has stars. Welcome to the Apollo Saturn V Center. These doors are going to open soon, hopefully, and we're all going to go in. Look at the ceiling here, like the moon, too. Here we go. We're going in. Woohoo! We choose to go to the moon not because it is easy, but because it is hard. Before we enter, we're going to watch a little film here. William Shatner. We've got all sorts of
On behalf of NASA and Kennedy Space
got all
Center,
sorts of
welcome
1960s.
to the Apollo Saturn V Center.
60
Our
seconds.
presentation will begin in a few short moments.
We're now entering Firing Room 1 exactly as it was on December 21st, 1968.
Please exit through the doors on your right.
We're gonna sit in the back row back here.
This is the firing room. Launch control for the Apollo missions. This is not a mock-up. These are the very consoles we sat at when men first took off to fly to the moon. The tragedy of Apollo 1 had put us a year and a half behind. We were making up for it in one big leap, and we were doing it with a rocket that no man had ever flown before.
You are now in the final minutes before the launch of Apollo 8, right here where it actually happened.
Mankind is about to leave his planet behind and journey to another. It is one of those rare moments when history is not being made, destiny is being embraced.
We have the power transfer. We're now on the flight batteries within the launch vehicle. Yes, we are still at this time. this Saturn V moon landing. It's still the most powerful, the most complex machine ever built.
That was so emotional. Now we're gonna go see a real Saturn V rocket, and it's so cool because in here, like, the windows rattle and you can see the fire out there. Like, it's like the whole experience. Like, you're in the mission control, and I just loved it. Let's go see that Saturn V. And there she is. There's also food in this center, so we are definitely gonna be grabbing some lunch. But the sheer scale of this is incredible. I love how engaged everyone is. Like, everybody loves this. And that makes me so happy. Dr. Harrison Hagen Schmidt exploring a valley on the moon. So here at the Saturn V Center, they've got Moon Rock Cafe, Cuban sandwiches, chicken tenders, pizza, beverages, snacks. There's also salads. They look really nice. We're gonna keep it simple and get some cheeseburgers. Quick, simple lunch, lots of different options. I got an iced tea and we're gonna chow down. They show a little movie here on a piece of the rocket. Really cool little presentation. So what we see here is a real Saturn V, but it's made up of pieces of different Saturn Vs, some of which were used for testing. Saturn Vs are the type of rockets that have launched humans to the moon, and they're the largest rockets ever flown through space. 13 Saturn V rockets were launched between 1967 and 1972, and this is one of the only 3 remaining in the United States. There is a station for this Artemis mission. In here, we gotta find it. Each page tells you the location. So the location here says Apollo Saturn V Center. So we're on the hunt to see if we can find this. Now this is a lander, but this is from the old program. This living room reminds me of Spaceship Earth. Oh, this is really cool. This is really cool. I almost didn't see this. We've got the astronauts here on the moon, got the footsteps, got the flag with the poles on both sides. That's a really cool display. Apollo 16 astronauts Charlie Duke, John Young, and Ken Mattingly test the Lunar Roving Vehicle Trainer at Kennedy Space Center. Oh, okay, so it's not like a station. You look for these Artemis flags, these like displays.
And they're on the NASA YouTube channel.
Oh, cool. So anyone can watch them?
And then you find out the answer to the question.
Okay, we'll do that. And if you want to scan it too, there you go.
Okay, got it.
Got it.
And then we go to page 10.
Page 10, and the answer is Starship, but we don't have a pen.
We don't have a pen, but we know the answer.
I'm not going to show you guys. Yeah, okay.
Right here. And there we go.
Woo!
So this is a really fun way to get you to look around and explore.
I don't want to give away all the answers because if you come here to do this, the fun is, you know, finding the answers to these questions. So we told you the answer to this one. All right, we are going to go outside and try to get a better look at the launch pads. Just barely through the palm trees. I can see one. Yeah, I was just about to say that. So we can see the launch pads. Oh my gosh, amazing. So the first test launch of the Artemis program is coming up really soon in August. So they're calling this the Summer of Artemis to celebrate that. It'll be really exciting. Hopefully we'll be able to see it. We can often see launches from Orlando. Like I've seen them from the theme parks. I've seen them from like where we live, all around Orlando. So hopefully we'll be able to see that. I mean, maybe we'll come out here. I have seen a launch from Kennedy Space Center before and it was amazing, one of the coolest experiences of my life. So I hope that we can do that again. And I'd like to do it together with Sam, obviously. So, I mean, we will. One of these days, we'll come here for a launch, but maybe we'll read that one, who knows? But for now, we're taking in the view of the launch pads, the vehicle assembly building. This is, and it's also, oh, let me, it's also so quiet out here. You can hear like the crickets and nature, and it's so beautiful. The VAB right over there. We've got these historic launch pads that are used on a regular basis. There are launches all the time. It's starting to rain a bit. Let me just show you this peaceful spot. It's raining now, so we're gonna go back inside, but I'm really glad we got to come out here and get that view, and we had like a few moments of just silence, just looking out at it, both of us in awe. Become part of the people's moon. Okay, let's do this. Start. How do we do this? Take photo. Okay, cool. All right, let's select. What do we think here? The people's moon. Let's see, am I verified? Will I get verified? I'm part of the people's moon! The command and service module. Huge. I feel like we can walk up these steps.
No, we're not.
Oh, my turn. Whoa, tight quarters in there, so cool. So only the command module returns to Earth. The service module is jettisoned prior to re-entry. Wow. We're gonna take a walk under the Saturn V pieces now. We're under it. Alan Bean, 1997. Oh, it's Snoopy! Snoopy the astronaut. The MTV Moon Man. It's like a big vault door. What's behind it? Treasures Gallery. I feel like everything here is a treasure, but this is the Treasures Gallery, so let's go check out some treasures. A lunar sample. RX-1 arms. Extra vehicular activity suit system.
That is cute. You're cute.
This flag is a replica of one put on the lunar surface. It's made of nylon and extended by a crossbar. On the moon, the flag could not wave without an atmosphere or wind, so they used these crossbars to like hold it up so that it wasn't just whatever. Jim Lovell's Apollo 13 in-flight suit. Apollo 14 capsule. Can you imagine getting in there? And this is not a replica, this is the real Apollo 14 capsule. Here's another lunar sample, an even bigger one. It's estimated to be 3.7 billion years old. This was collected by astronaut Harrison Schmitt near the Taurus-Littrow Valley region of the moon. And it weighs 3.9 ounces. And this piece of rock was collected in the Marsh of Decay. What a cool name, right? They put them in these pyramids and it's like magnified from all the different sides, but it also makes like an image of it like above it. So interesting. Moon rock! There's also a shop in here called The Right Stuff, and you go through the store to get back to the bus to go back. I really like the Saturn V shirt. So these are the different stages. So the stages that we see above us are from different Saturn Vs. And then you got the lunar module, the command module, the service module. They've got for sale in here a first step moon statue, $1,400. It's a pale blue dot. So much cute stuff. I want it all. I did get this hat at the other shop. You can even get a little spacesuit for your little one. Commemorating Apollo 11. It comes with a little hat. It's so cute. $69.99 for that. Toys galore. Love Astronaut Barbie. Well, it's not Barbie, it's Astronaut doll, but like it looks like Barbie. But it's Darren Worldwide Trading Inc. That's awesome. I love it. Are these those squashmallows? No, these are something else. Huggy Huggables. Let's catch that bus back to the visitor complex. Hello, buddy. The buses come really fast, constantly. It says every 15 minutes, but it seems more often. Like just constant buses coming and going. Here comes the next bus and we're the first on. Woohoo! Look, the floor is like the moon.
As we're driving back, we are going back by the vehicle assembly building.
Boeing spacecraft, the CST-100 Starliner, has also undergone orbital flight tests in order to send crews to the space station. It's able to seat up to 7 astronauts and cargo. Starliner launches atop an Atlas V rocket, made by United Launch Alliance, or ULA. Upon its return to Earth, rather than splashing down in the ocean, Starliner deploys airbags to land in the desert of the western United States.
And folks, right over here to our left, you can see the small building there with Boeing's name on it, and the picture of the Starliner. That's where they've been developing and working on the Starliner for several years, and it is now ready to go for launch.
Look at the Boeing
large, colorful mural of the Starliner in orbit.
They're talking about all the species who live here, including eagles.
For them here at the Kennedy Space Center.
Sometimes you can see an eagle, but they're hard to see. But there are so many different species here, and there's a whole ecological department, and they all work together,
whatever the reason,
to protect the wildlife.
Thinkers and adventurers.
The modern communications technologies are making Earth.
Folks, as we get ready to pull in here, over on the right, you can see NASA's project here with its solar farm. This is taking up 491 acres. Combined with their other farms, they're literally looking forward to that, taking care of their electric, and that would be a great asset for them.
All right, we are back. What to do, what to do. There's a huge building called Planet Play. They really have it so you can't see until you get in. Oh, wow. Okay, so over there is the Imax.
It smells like a movie theater.
It does. It smells like buttered popcorn. Oh, this is really cool. You go through like a rainbow tunnel. There's all sorts of cool stuff to see. Okay, so it is a playground. It does look like it's a playground. It looks like... I went up to ask because I saw a sign saying something about a paid thing. So there's an extra paid thing you can do, but the system's down right now. But this is a play area for kids. You go in with your parents. You have to go in with your parents. It's included in your Kennedy Space Center ticket. There is, however, in this area, a lounge for like coffee and stuff. So we're gonna go check that out. Oh my gosh, it looks cool. Neat. Oh wow, the play area looks awesome. Okay, so we can take a look at it. It looks really cool. And then this is like a lounge area with seats. Yeah, look at these taps. That's so cool. Robonaut Red Ale. They have a bunch of beers and drinks and coffee. Oh, we can get a chai latte here. How cool. All right, we are gonna sit in these glowy chairs. We would have never found this area if we didn't pop in to take a look at the play area, and I really just wanted to show it to you just so you know it's here if you come with little ones. But anybody can come up to this area, check out the play area. Anybody can come up and get coffee, beer, drinks, and sit in this cool glowing lounge. This is awesome. Also, the chai is delicious, and this is such a nice place to chill and wait for your kids while they're playing, and even grab a beer or a coffee if you want to. Whenever there's no one in the area, I'll show you. I want to crawl in that wormhole. I want to climb on everything. This looks so fun. And there are also restrooms up here, so very, very cool. Cool discovery. I've never been up here. We haven't gotten to go inside the Heroes and Legends United States Astronaut Hall of Fame yet, so let's see if we can get in and see this. After the little films you watch, which they ask you not to take photos of or film, you come out into the United States Astronaut Hall of Fame that commemorates astronauts, the spirit of space. Alan B. Shepard Jr., first American in space. Mercury Mission Control, Friendship 7, 1962. The trenches, heroes come in many forms.
It's crazy that they use computers like this to get people into space.
Just amazing what people have been able to do with without the technology that we have today.
Our phones probably have more technology in them than this whole room. Well,
it's true.
At least my phone.
Oh, don't make fun of my broken phone. What is that, an ashtray? Remember, in any movie about space, you see them, or like documentaries, you see them like smoking in Mission Control. Never see that today. And on some of these, the words that define astronauts, the attributes that it takes to be an astronaut: confident, disciplined. Exploration is really the essence of the human spirit. The eyes are getting misted. Inspired, passionate, curious, tenacious. And here is another sign for the Artemis scavenger hunt. Unshakable, courageous, principled, selfless. Gemini 9 capsule. Gemini 9A. Oh yeah. Imagine being in there for 3 days. All of those qualities would definitely apply. The heroic spirit of these astronauts lives on in you. Their stories tell the story of humanity, embracing the legendary in all of us. There is a cute ice cream shop here called Milky Way Ice Cream Shop. Let's see if we can get some ice cream. All right, so what's the menu here? We got ice cream, sorbet, you can get some toppings, you can get a waffle cone.
Space dots.
Space dot Dippin' Dots. Yeah. Smells really good in here, right? So pretty. Cool decor in here. It says Small Magellanic Cloud. That's what this like image, I guess, on the wall is, taken by the Hubble Space Telescope. And these must be like little electrical storms in the cloud. Before we go, we're going to see one more thing. The Astronaut Memorial Foundation operates the Center for Space Education and offers educational technology programs as a living memorial to the astronauts who made the ultimate sacrifice for the nation and the space program. The Astronauts Memorial Foundation honors and memorializes those astronauts who have sacrificed their lives for the nation and the space program by sponsoring the National Space Mirror Memorial. And that's what we're looking at here, and by implementing innovative educational technology programs. The astronauts who lost their lives serve as an inspiration for us all. None of them would have wanted to give his or her life in vain. None would have wanted us to stop striving for the stars. If anything, we must continue to preserve their dreams. Whenever mankind has sought to conquer new frontiers, there have been those who have given their lives for the cause. This Astronauts Memorial, dedicated May 9th, 1991, is a tribute to the American men and women who have made the ultimate sacrifice, believing the conquest of space is worth the risk of life. The Astronauts Memorial Foundation. You can find this sort of at the back of the complex, and I think it's important to see. There are just interesting things to see around every corner. This looks like a launch viewing area, and it says launches this year 28. So far, NASA's jet set. The T-38 jet. In just a few moments, Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex will be closing for the day, so we're gonna go ahead and make our way out and make the drive back to Orlando. It took us like an hour to get here today. Also, when we did our Disney Dream cruise recently, it took us about an hour, maybe a little bit more than an hour to get to the cruise, Cape Canaveral, which is like right around the corner from here. It can take up to like an hour and a half if there's a lot of traffic, but generally about an hour. Give yourself an hour and a half just to be on the safe side. Easy, smooth drive from Orlando generally, and so worth the trip out here for a full day. I recommend you get here at opening or as close to opening as possible, because there is so much to do. There are so many different buildings with different exhibits, interactive things to do, play areas. There's the bus tour, which is a whole thing in itself, 15-minute drive out, not including waiting for the bus, and you'll probably be out there for like at least an hour, and then the 15-minute drive back, seeing Atlantis, just everything. There's just so much, and it's so awe-inspiring. If you do plan to visit this summer 2022. It's the Summer of Artemis. Make sure you do the scavenger hunt. It is really cool, like Sam said, it kind of has you looking around at some of the smaller things that you could very easily overlook if you weren't looking for those signs. And also you learn. It's a great learning activity. We learned so much today. I have been part of NASA's social programs in the past, and getting to see a launch, and it was like, it's still one of my favorite memories ever. If you want to see those videos, they're up on my channel. Just look for NASA Social Super Enthused or like NASA Launch Super Enthused, and you can find them, or they're up on my channel. So thank you again so much to Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex for inviting us out today to explore, to be here for the 60th anniversary. It means so much to us to be able to be here for this diamond anniversary and share all the amazing, wonderful things going on here with all of you. It means just so much. It means the world to me to be able to not just do this, but to share it so that more people know how awesome it is, and, you know, get out here and get in the spirit of things. We often watch launches from Orlando. We always look out for them. I always watch them live on YouTube, but I also watch them in the sky. It's one of my favorite things to do. So let me know also if you're interested in us coming out here and like coming out here to watch a rocket launch, if that's something that you would like to see as well, because it's definitely something we want to do. So once again, thank you to Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Thank you to all of you for being with us here today. I hope that you really enjoyed this. I hope you have a great time kicking off your 4th of July weekend if you're here in America, or just your weekend wherever you are. I'm sending you all a ton of love. I'll see you for the next video, and until then, as always, eyes to the skies and stay enthused. Bye!